welcome back to Dust Not Included. My name's Roy and today I'm at Savers in East Providence. I'm also over on eBay where you can find lots of awesome vintage. Follow me on Instagram for lots of awesome updates. Well, I went to grab a cart, and the nice thing about this Savers is that the home goods starts right up in the front. So I headed over to the first shelf. And I'm already seeing things that I'm interested in. The first item I noticed was this gorgeous blue vase. It was hand painted. They were asking $8.99 for it. It was more of a contemporary piece, but really pretty. I decided I would put it in the cart to think about. I also noticed this lady back here. I thought she was really interesting, but then I noticed her thumb was broken off. Poor girl's gonna have to stay here. Later on, I noticed this piece, and I thought he was so adorable, but they were asking $9.99. Whew.
That would have been 50-50.
On the bottom shelf, I found a McCoy planter. This one here is under the spreading chestnut tree. I decided to put that on in the cart. Gonna give it a little ride. Well, exploring the rest of the shelves, checking out the vases. I noticed this pottery piece, my eye was drawn to it, but it was just a home studio piece. They were asking $2.49. On the top shelf, I noticed this tiara piece. It was $8.49 and it's in this amber color. It's also not a vase, but a watercraft. I decided to check out this little metal fish. Couldn't quite tell what it was used for. I also noticed this left-in piece. It is a Christmas tree shaped plate, and I've had a few of these before. It was $3.49, however this one had a little damage to the black areas. On the top shelf of this end cap, there were three lovely ladies. The first one was an UNESCO birthday girl. She was number 16. She was also a music box. She played Pretty Girl. Next to her were two Florence ceramic pieces. They were pretty with their blue and pink dresses. And they were asking $12.99 for her. It looks like it may have come from an antique shop where they were asking $25 at some point. I was hoping they priced the pink one differently, but no. Too bad, because I really think they made a nice little pair. Well, I got really excited to see this cute little guy. It's a little puppy pen holder. Had to put him in my cart. This pastel child's tea set was really nice. They were asking $4.99, but it was missing pieces. Not all of the cups were there, or saucers. Well, on the bottom shelf, there was this lovely Fenton basket. It was unmarked, quite large too. It was $9.99. Well, I was debating about it, but also noticed a compo right next to it. Also unmarked, they were asking $5.99 for this one. I decided I would put the basket in my cart for $9.99 and think about it. On the bottom shelf, I saw this glass amber butter dish. They were asking $5.99. It is a really wide butter dish. I believe it's for like a half pound of butter. Checking out the end cap, I spotted this adorable Mexican frog. It is a trinket dish. They were asking $5.99. And below that, I found for $10.99 a blue art glass flower bowl. But what I really liked was this vintage Valentine's Day planter, so I definitely wanted to get that. Leave a comment below. I'd love to know what type of items you never pass up. Well, today I was kind of hopping around to the different aisles. No particular order. Right now I decided to check out the mugs. The plate aisle was attached right after the mugs, and I ventured off into there as well. Not really finding anything I had to pick up. I did stop to check out this piece. It is a made in Italy luncheon set. It was only one plate with a few teacups and one sugar bowl, so unfortunately there weren't enough pieces, and I couldn't find them on the rest of the shelves. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. On the top shelf, I noticed this Lusterware pitcher. They were asking $5.99. However, the colors were kind of faded. On the bottom shelf, I saw this pitcher as well. It was from Portugal. I was really excited because I thought it was really pretty, but as soon as I pulled it out, I noticed a big hunk was missing. They were asking $4.49 for it still. Hey, I think this He-Man's missing a bicep. This blue glass pitcher was really pretty. It was a light pale blue and they were asking $7.99. In the back, I noticed some blue shining through, and it turned out to be this blue compote. It was really pretty and simple. They were asking $8.99 for it. Huh, look at this. It's a whole shell thing. They were asking $6.99, and it looks like it plugs in. It's a lamp. Well, turning the corner, I noticed there were a bunch of coasters, but I didn't see any I particularly loved. Scanning the rest of the aisle, there were mostly new in box or plastic items, mostly new. But you never know what's going to be mixed up on the shelf, so I always take a quick look. Over in the basket section, I found this piece. They were asking $3.49. However, There would have been more pieces encircling a center bowl, so I didn't pick that up, but it was fun to see. Well, checking out the stuff in the wood section, I spotted this really pretty wooden box. It was hand painted and I loved the dovetails on the edges. I definitely decided to put that in the cart and I kept looking through the wood aisle. This little box was interesting. However, it was missing its little knob on top. They were asking $6.99 for it still. Well, it was time to check out the bag wall. This particular Savers has a really large bag wall too. Over in this bag, I noticed a bunch of little cherished teddies. They're different birthday months. I actually have a whole bunch of these. So if you're looking for a particular month, you should email me and see if I have one available. Well, the bag wall didn't have much I had to have on it. So I decided to head down the bakeware aisle. I checked out these real quick, but they didn't have their covers. I was thinking about them for myself. I love glass dishes for the refrigerator, but I usually like them to have a cover. Well, just a few more areas to check. I decided it was time to go look at the pictures. I noticed this one here, which was really pretty. It is a color photograph of Florence, Italy, and it was signed in this gorgeous frame. I definitely had to pick this up. Hey look, it's some old family portraits. I thought this might have been an older print in here. However, when I got it up close, I could tell it was printed off of a printer because you could see all the little dots. Well, I headed off to the back of the store to see if anything else was hiding and look at what I found in the basket. You can also find me over on District on both Vamp and Knickknack marketplaces. If you use the code DustKnow80, you can get $5 off your first purchase on District. Before checking out, I decided to check out the cases, and they had some really lovely pieces in here, but whoa, $299.99? The prices in these cases were crazy. Join Janides and myself this Thursday at 6:30 for a vintage live sale. It's gonna be a blast. Well, today was a pretty fun trip to Savers. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great day.